Hello and welcome to Steps in the Storm. Before I get started, I want to thank you for joining me today on Steps in the Storm. And because we might be in a more contemplative state of mind at the end of this video, I would like to go ahead and get the promotional items out of the way. If you are interested, I have links in the description below to my blog, Theosis Along the Path, and to any web page that might be relevant to our topic today. I also have a link to my own author's website, where you can view and purchase books I have written in another part of my life. With that, let's get started, and today I am going to open with a poem. Philosophers and poets dare to describe this life we have so rare, just seeing what's before their eyes, not what around the bend may lie. Thoughts and plans laid out in line define inadequacies in our mind that think that we control it all, as air controls a leaf that falls. It's busy about and hustle to build forts protecting from the dew. As mice run circles in a maze, we chase what's hidden in the haze. Perceived reality is big, but just a dot, and all-encompassing it is not. We occupy space for a bit of time, but we're just a grain of sand in time. This poem was written by a famous poet and is titled Only an Illusion. No, not really. It was written by me, but it has been published in one of my poetry books, all of which are available at Amazon.com. And I am not famous just yet. It is, however, a pretty good introduction to the subject of this video, aptly titled Only an Illusion. When we were young, we were impatient to grow older so we could do the things we saw others doing. We couldn't wait to finish school, get our driver's license, get a job, and get out on our own to chase the elusive concept of freedom that we all wanted. Time could not move fast enough. As we grow older, whether starting careers, families, or following our own chosen paths, it still feels like aging is far away. We tend to focus on the present, striving to achieve our immediate goals. That's perfectly normal. As life involves working toward a more stable future. However, during those early adult years, we can sometimes lose our way, especially if we allow friends, bad habits, or misleading information from radical media sources to influence our decisions. As part of our culture, we are programmed from a young age to seek immediate gratification. External influences exploit our internal weaknesses to promote their products or beliefs. The media often promotes certain views, influencing our choices and desires. Without basic behavioral training at home, many struggle to resist these influences and are guided more by emotion than discipline. In turn, we often start to make decisions that are more focused on the moment, driven more by immediate gratification rather than what is best for us, our families, if we have them, and financial preparation for the future. Decision-making is often clouded by what we see others doing and the peer pressure that often exists around us. The fact that our elderly years are racing towards us has disappeared from our radar and does not enter into our planning purposes. We can spend too much time, effort, and money chasing things that are an ultimate waste of time. Things that seem so important in the moment that we believe will bring us what we want often lead to disappointment and loss, and can even be destructive to family relationships. That boat, RV, motorcycle, or airplane that you desire so much that you feel can change your family's future may not be a desire of your spouse. Taking your personal desires too far can affect your family's future and potentially cause division. However, observing life from a place significantly farther down the path than those early years of our lives, we begin to realize that life is not that long, and we begin to understand things differently. For most of us, we come to grips with how short our lives are. With every decade of our lives that pass by, we begin to see how time slips away so quickly. Time is not moving faster, of course, but our perspectives have changed, and the years seem to be passing more quickly. The poem that I just read speaks about how we struggle to obtain things as we move through life. Things that are necessary to live, like shelters to live in, vehicles to transport us from one place to another, and all the other goodies we work for. We are working for this. Are we working for the wrong things, though, and not creating a proper work-life balance that allows us to spend more time with those in our lives? Well, the answer to that can only be measured by one individual at a time. Everyone places value on different things, and what is important for one person with a wife and children is not the same for someone single. There is one denomination, however, that needs to be included in the formula for everyone, and that is the fact that life here on earth is extremely short. Think for a moment about the concept of time. The average life expectancy in the United States is 77 years, give or take. But even if we surpass that, 80 to 90 years will likely be approaching a definitive limit. Now think about how old the planet is, and how many people have come and gone before us. How many generations have passed, and how long they occupy a space here on Earth compared to the generations that have come and gone. Now that 70, 80, or 90 years does not seem to be long anymore. For comparison, the Civil War was only 160 years ago, but most of us can't even trace our family tree to someone who fought in it. World War II, just a little more than 80 years ago, but many young people know nothing about it. My father fought in World War II when he was young, and coming to an accurate perspective of this, it seems like what was so far away is not really that far. So what's the point of this narrative? The point is that we all need to come to terms with how short our lives truly are, and then conduct a thorough self-examination of what we are spending those precious few years on. What will we have accomplished in our lives? What is the most important to us? And I can tell you that if you are not pursuing the things that are important in life or to you, the days quickly turn into years, and years pass ever so quickly, often catching us unprepared or with huge regrets. I hope this video, only an illusion, will help us become aware of how short our lives are, and will give us cause to examine the course which we have chosen to follow. And with that, I will bring this to a close for today. If you are enjoying this content, please subscribe and hit the like button. And as usual, comments are always welcome. Also, check out the links below to additional sites of mine that you might find interesting.